Recording in progress.
Good day. Welcome back. Today I will be looking at epicycloid. At the end of this video, you should know how to construct a epicycloid when giving the base circle and the generating or rolling circle. The principle of an epicycloid is basically a circle that rolls on the circumference of another circle. The epicycloid is the path created when the rolling circle completes one revolution around the circumference of a circle, which we call the base radius. Before we start, we need to know the angle that the rolling circle or the sector that the rolling circle will be utilizing. For that, we need to calculate the radiuses. So here, assuming that this radius is 50, the formula is generating our rolling circle over base circle, which in this case, 150, multiplied by 360 by 360. So it's the rolling or generating circle over the base radius or circle multiplied by 360 to give us the angle. In this case, 15 to 51, 15 to this 3 times, 3 into this, 1, 1, 2. So the angle here is 120 degrees. All right, so now that we know the angle alpha, we can proceed to do this question. The first step is to establish our vertical datum line. And for that, I will be changing to my center layer. So L for line, enter. I will be engaging orthogonal mode to get this line vertical. Draw this line approximately 250, escape. My next step is to draw, I could draw a circle from here. I could do one of two things. I could offset this angle. I could offset or rotate this at half 120 to get the span for this, or I could draw the base radius. Let me change to my construction layer first. C for circle, enter. Here is my base point, and radius 150, 150, enter. Space bar to reactivate my circle. So I will be establishing 2 centers. Well, yes. So this is the radius. My next step is to establish the center for the other circle. All right. So if this is 150 and this has a radius of 150, it means therefore this radius here is 150 plus 50, 200. So I specify my center, radius be 200, 200, enter. Now this is a center line, so I will be using match property to change this to my center line. For that, I type MA for match property, enter. Click on the source, click on that line, escape. So now we have our center line. My next step is to change to back to my construction layer. C for circle, enter. So now I have established the center for the rolling or generating circle, which is here. So I will use the center, click, radius is 50, escape. Now, my next step is to determine the angle which the circle will roll. And for that, the angle is 120. It means therefore I will be going 60 degrees in one direction from that point, 60 degrees in this direction to get 120. All right, so I'm going to offset this or rotate this by 60 degrees. So I type, rotate with copy. So I go rotate, RO, enter, select object to be rotated, click this, enter. I then specify the base point. Base point is here. And it will then ask me to select an angle. In this case, I want to keep the original line. So I select copy, C, or copy, enter. I then specify the angle that I wish to rotate this. In this case, half of 120 is 60. So I type 60, enter. So this is the first line. I need the same thing on this side. So for that, I will be using mirror. So I type MI for mirror, enter. I left click here to select object to be mirrored. It is highlighted. I then must click enter to accept the highlighted object, enter. It allows me to specify the first mirror line. I want this to be mirrored right on the vertical line here. Second point here. It then asks me if I want to erase the source. No, I wish to keep the source. So I click enter to accept no. I can now trim this off. So I go TR for trim, enter 2 times. Click this, click that, escape. I don't want this, so I will be deleting that as well. My next step is to trim off this excess down here. Well, let's trim off around here. TR, enter, enter. Click here, click there. Now I wish to divide, I will be dividing the circle into 8 equal parts. Some book will tell you to divide this into 12 equal parts, but you don't really need to. With AutoCAD and Spline, you don't necessarily need to divide it into that many parts. So I'm gonna draw a line. Well, I'm gonna divide this into 8 equal parts. For that, I type div for divide, div, enter. Select object to be divided. I left click on this. Number of segments I want, in this case, it is 8, enter. So now I have 8 little points on the circumference. My next step is to divide this into 8 equal parts as well. For this, I will be drawing a line here, and then I'm gonna use polar array to generate that. Or I could draw a circle here. And then array it using 8 parts. Either work. So I draw a circle here. 2, enter. Then I'm going to array this. Click, circle, enter. Type array. ARR, A, enter. Select object to be array. I click this, enter. I then click polar array. It will then ask me to specify the base point. Or the center in this case, the center. The center is right here. Click my center. And as you can see, this has generated 6 equal parts. but I want 8. So for that, I will be going up here to change this to what I want. So number of items, I click here, enter 8, and now I have 8 equal parts. Now that I have that, I can go ahead and draw a circle from the center to all those points. So I type C for circle, C, enter. Specify the center for the circle, I click here. Then I click onto these points, one here. Space bar to reactivate, click here, up to that point, up to this point. Space bar to reactivate, click here, then go up. Space bar to reactivate or enter key. And again, we click our center and we go up to the top. Escape. So now we have all our points. All right. My next step is to copy this circle down to the start point here and also at the end of this line. So for that, I type CO for copy, enter. The base point, in this case, I want the center to be my base point. So I select there as my base point. I then need to deactivate my orthogonal mode, which gives me some freedom to move that object at varying angles. I then click here for the first point and click here for the other. Yes. Escape. What I realize is that this circle needs to go up a little bit more. Circle up a little bit more. Escape. So we're now good. Now I could go ahead and trim off this. I think I should probably move this object a little bit over, this figure a bit over some more, so as not to interfere with the other figure. Trim, TR, enter, enter. I don't want this little section down here, so I could delete all of that. All right, escape. Enter, move, click here, bring this over a little bit. That should be good. All right, so my next step is to draw radiating lines through these points. So for that, I will also need to number these, but let us stay first. My next step is to type ray, R-A-Y for ray, enter, click my base point and click onto all of these points, 2, 3, 4, 5, yes, 6, 7, and up to that point, escape. I can then trim that off if I want. TR for trim, enter 2 times. In this case, I'm using fence. What fence does, fence allow me to create a line, and every line that it touches will be erased. It's important to note that upon clicking or crossing the last line, you must click enter for that to take effect. Okay. So now I have that. Oh, undo. Let me undo that. Undo. I don't want those lines to go all the way up there. I don't want those to go all the way up there. Even though, well, it's okay. Let them stay. Let them stay. So my next move is to label these, all right? And to do that, I'm gonna start from here. And text, I click text, single line, specify my start point. Before that, I need to move over to my text layer. So I click here, go up to text, set that current. So go back to text, single line text. I now specify where I want my text to start. I click here for my first point. It will then ask me to specify the text height. For this, I want to use a text height of probably say 5 or 4. 4, enter. Rotation angle of 0, 0, enter. Then I type. So this is, let us be 0 or probably 1, 0, 1, 2.3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, 8. And in like manner, I need to join these points to label these points as well. So this is 1, 2, this is 3 right here. This is 4. This point up here is 5. This point is 6. Here is 7. And this is the 8 point. 8 point. Click outside, escape. So we now have those. My next step is to copy some of these points. Actually 8 points. So I click, all right. Let me create a point, P-O-I-N-T, enter. And I'm gonna create 8 points. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, click spacebar, click spacebar, click spacebar, click spacebar, click spacebar, escape. So what I'll be doing here, I will be placing these points where the circle, where the corresponding circles and the arc meet. All right. So so 1, it's no time for me to generate the cycloid. So for that, I'm gonna copy one of the circle. So I copy this, CO, enter, specify the base point of here. Then I'm gonna move this to 1, copy, move this to 1, which is here, escape. So now I will be looking for the point where 1, well, 1 cuts 1 pretty much here at this point. So I click this, place that there. 1 cuts 1 there. 2 cuts 2 here. So this is 2 cuts 2 at this point here, right here. 2 cuts 2, so 2 cuts 2 right here. So I click here, click, move this to where 2 cuts 2, which is at that point. All right. So I then move the circle to number 3. Click there, move this to the other point. I think I labeled this incorrectly. So my next step is to move or identify the point where 3 cuts 3. So line 3 cuts line 3 here. Where is it again? 3 cuts 3 here. Then I copy this to 4. Copy this, move this to 4. Move this to 4. And 4 cuts. So I'm bringing this up to the point where 4 cuts 4. 4 cuts 4 here. And then what I'm going to move is now, well, 5 is already there. So 5 would cut 5 up here. 5 would cut 5 here. Then bring this across to 6. And I really don't need to do more than half. I could do just half and then mirror this. That's what I typically do. Just do half and then mirror the other, but then I go through and do the rest. So 6.6 cut 6. Then move enter. Bring these points up a little bit. All right, click. Bring this up to where 6 cuts 6. 6 cuts 6 here. At this point, 6 cuts 6 here. Bring this across now to 7. To send to 7. And we're 7 cuts 7. Bring this point up to where 7 cuts 7. 7 cuts 7 here. 7 cuts 7 here. Seven cuts 7 here. Cut 7 here. Moves across to 8. And 8 cuts 8. 8 cuts 8 cuts 8. This is 8. 8 cuts 8 here. And back 1. 1 cuts 1 pretty much here at this point. 1 cuts 1 here at this point. Escape. So I'm now going to plot these points. 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 to 6. For that I use Spline. So I changed my outline layer. And I type SPL for Spline, SPL, enter. Deactivate orthogonal mode. I click onto this point, that point, this point, that point. Bring this in a little bit. Here. I think I missed a point here. All right, so for this, I'll just pull this out like this. Enter. And then trim, TR, enter, enter. So I don't need to do all of it. I could then mirror this, MI, enter, select this, enter, then mirror from here to here. enter, and pretty much have that. And that's all there is to it. I would then add my radius, add some dimension to this, and probably highlight my base arc or circle. Yeah,